Good morning, jr2. How are you today? Today we are going to study lesson number 5. Tell me, jr2, do you think habitats ever change or can be changed? The answer is yes. Any habitat can be changed. Humans can make some changes to the habitat. Open your books on page number 118. The story called In the Garden. You will find Noor and Hussam made 2 changes. Okay, Hussam found that there are some weeds growing in the planter, so he decided to cut them off. Okay, and the weeds are gone. Noor found that the plants are not in the sun, so she decided to move the planters so the plants can get more sunlight. So again, the habitats can be changed. And some changes can be good, some of them may cause problems or bad, and some changes are good and bad at the same time. Okay? Now open page 128. Look at this picture. This is a satellite picture of Egypt. Again, this is a satellite picture of Egypt. What the meaning of satellite? The satellite is a camera in space, far away from the Earth or high above the Earth. This camera can take pictures of stars and galaxies and also can take picture for the Earth. Again, the satellite is a camera high above the Earth, and this camera can take pictures of stars and galaxies and also can take pictures of the Earth. Okay? Can you see the Nile River in this picture? I draw a circle around the Nile River. I want you to trace the Nile River from the top to the bottom. Okay? I want you to trace the Nile picture from the top to the bottom. Can you tell me what is the difference between the top and the bottom of the river? You will find that the bottom part is blue and the top part is green. So again, you will find that the color of the top part is green and the bottom part is blue. Junior 2, can you know what is the direction of the flow of the Nile? The flow of the Nile? The Nile flows from the bottom to the top. Again, the Nile flows from the bottom to the top. Okay? A long time ago, people find that they need to control the flows of the water of the Nile. Do you think why people need to control the water or the flow of the water? Because, as we said before, the Nile flood make some bad things or harmful for the animals and the plants. So people think and decide to build the dam, the Nile Dam or the river dam. So again, people think and decided to build the Nile Dam. What is the dam? The dam is some barrier across the water, can be opened and closed. What is the barrier? The barrier is like a gate, and this gate can be opened and closed. Why can we control it to open and closed? To control how much water pass through these gates or through these barriers. So again, the dam is a barrier or a gate across the water, can be opened and closed. And people can control how much water passes through it. Okay? Now, let's answer question number 1. Why do humans build dams? So humans build dams to control the flow of the Nile, because we said that the flow of the Nile was harmful for plants and animals. Number 2, to store the water for planting. So again, number 2, to store the water for planting. In Egypt, we have a dam called Aswan High Dam. In Egypt, we have a dam called Aswan High Dam. Okay? Can you know what does the Nile River look like above and below the high dam? As you can see that below the high dam there is a blue part called Lake Nasser. Lake Nasser is is formed after building the Aswan High Dam. Before building this dam, there was no Lake Nasser. Again, before the high dam built, there was no Lake Nasser. So Lake Nasser formed after the building of the high dam. And what is the lake? The lake is something like the sea but smaller than it. Okay? So the lake is like the sea but it's smaller than it. Now let's answer question number 2. How did the Aswan High Dam change in the Nile River? Describe what you see in the picture. The high dam stored the water behind it and formed a lake called Lake Nasser. Again, the high dam stored the water behind it and formed a lake called Lake Nasser. Okay, now open page 129. Before opening the page, I want you to see these pictures. This is Aswan High Dam. Okay, and this picture also is Aswan High Dam, and this is the Nile River. Okay, now open page 129. As we said before, that some changes in the habitat can be harmful or bad for the habitat. So building the Aswan High Dam makes some bad changes to the soil. Before building the dam, there is a black soil full with mineral or very, very, very good to the fields around the Nile. This soil made our crops better, and we had lots of plants. But after building the dam, this soil can't reach the fields around the Nile. So our crops is not good as before, and the amount of plants become less. Okay, also another bad change happened, that there are lots of types of fishes can't pass through the dam. So they only reach to Lake Nasser and returns back. They can't pass through the dam. Okay, let's answer question number 1. Think about how the Aswan High Dam changed the Nile River and answer the questions below. What do you think the Nile River looked like before the Aswan High Dam was built? Before the dam was built, the river behind the dam looked like the river in front of the dam looks now. It means that if we didn't build the dam, the look of the Nile at the top or at the bottom will looks alike. Both of them will be the same. Okay? Now let's answer question number 2. Draw a picture of what you think the Nile River habitats was like before Lake Nasser was formed. What plants and animals may have lived there? We said that one of the effects or one of the changes that happened because of building the dam, that there are lots of fishes can't pass through the dam. So we will draw the Nile and some fishes that can't pass through it. Okay, now let's answer question number 3. Draw a picture of how you think the habitat changed after Lake Nasser was formed. What plants and animals may live there now? In the middle, I drew the Aswan High Dam. Okay, On the top, there is the Nile River, and on the bottom, you will find Lake Nasser and the fishes inside it. Okay? Hope you enjoyed this lesson. Thank you, Junior 2. Bye.